So now that I've showed you how to clean and polish the inside glass, now it's time to clean, polish, and ceramic coat the outside glass. And first and foremost, here's the best tip you'll ever hear about glass. Write this down. When you clean the inside windows, meaning the inside windshield, wipe in one direction, and then when you clean the outside of the windshield, wipe in the opposite direction. That way, if you have any streaks or smears, it's easy to identify whether it's on the inside or the outside. So keep that one in your back pocket. Now, what I'm going to showcase on the outside glass is how to apply a ceramic coating. But in order for a ceramic coating to properly stick to the surface, you have to use a special glass polish to remove any impurities in the glass, otherwise the coating will not properly adhere. Now before you polish and before you apply the ceramic coating, you need to clean the glass. And for that I'm using a spray-on glass cleaner. And there's a lot of glass cleaners on the market. Some are cheap, some are premium. I always go towards the premium products because you'll notice that as I spray this, I'm not coughing or hacking because the premium products are formulated using higher quality ingredients. Plus, they're tint safe. You can use them on backup cameras, on big screen TVs, and there's really no guesswork with what they can be used on. And if any overspray gets on your dashboard, unlike the cheap products, it's not going to cause any harm. So spray the cleaner on and wipe with a microfiber glass towel. I always use a glass towel on glass because, well, they simply work a lot better. And then once the glass is clean, then you're going to apply a specialized glass polish. So there's non-abrasive and then there's abrasive glass polishes. The abrasive glass polishes work much better. Over time, the windshield, because it is porous, there's thousands of pits, pores, and valleys on the surface, they accumulate dirt and grime. And the spray-on glass cleaner is not strong enough to really get in there and scrub out those contaminants so the glass coating will properly adhere. So use a dedicated glass polish. The one that I like, it contains glass-safe abrasive technology as well as all-natural citrus cleaning agents. So it attacks the glass chemically and mechanically. You get the best of both worlds and your glass will never be cleaner than it is after using this. Shake it well, and you can apply this by hand or by machine. If you apply it by hand, you want to use an applicator pad that has a little bit of cut. This is a coarse foam applicator sponge. And if you have any like old terry cloth towels lying around or just some old microfiber towels, you can fold those up a couple ways. You can save a few bucks and do it that way and reuse an old towel. Take your product, apply a quarter-size dollop on your applicator pad, and you're simply going to work it in. Now, if your windshield has water spots, which fortunately mine does not, you'll have to really put some elbow grease behind it. So let's say that you had water spots. Instead of going in a circular motion like I am, you'd really be rubbing hard and rubbing fast, and you put some elbow grease behind it. When you have water spots, if you have access to a dual action or random orbital polisher, that'll really save your shoulder, so use the power of a power tool. Apply a thin film. And what I like about this product is that it smells good. I don't like using products that smell bad because if they smell bad, usually that's a sign that they have cheap ingredients and you simply don't want to breathe that stuff in. So use something that's high quality. And once you apply a thin, uniform coat of product, let it dry to a haze, which depending on the environment, it might take a few minutes. But what you can do to speed that process up is take a microfiber towel and use it to fan the surface. So once it dries to a haze, take your towel, and the trick to wiping off a glass polish, or any polish for that matter, whether it's for glass or paint or chrome, is to take short, firm strokes and do not wipe like a wild man. If you wipe really fast, what will happen is your towel will glide over the surface and you'll be left with smears and streaks, and it's not effective. So take your time and be diligent with your efforts. It'll pay off in the long run. And then right off the bat, the glass is extremely clean. Once the windshield is clean, then it's time to apply a glass coating. Now, right off the bat, the windshield feels great because there's no contamination. We've essentially exfoliated the windshield from all the bonded dirt and grime that's been building up for the last 8 years. And the way a glass coating works is it fills in all the pits, pores, and valleys on the windshield, so it creates a perfectly smooth, hydrophobic surface that causes water to bead up and fly right off. So take your product and spray it directly on the windshield. And again, there's a lot of glass coatings in the market. Some have some pretty wild claims that they last 2 years, 3 days, and 4 hours, and 26 minutes. I like to use one just that simple. That's a spray like that. This guy will last about a year, year and a half, depending on how often you drive your vehicle. And it's very straightforward and easy to apply. So you spray it on, then you spread it out. And as the glass coating dries, essentially what happens is it flashes. So inside the bottle, there's a carrier. The carrier evaporates, and what's left behind are nanoglass ceramic particles that, again, fill the pits, pores, and valleys. Take your microfiber towel, and you're simply going to wipe off the excess. And not only will this cause water to bead up, but if you live in a northern climate, snow and ice will be much easier to remove. So that's it for how to clean and ceramic coat the outside glass. You already saw the inside glass, you saw the interior. Next up, I'm going to show you how to protect the convertible top, but first I have to finish this windshield.